Hello everyone, I hope you're having a phenomenal day, and boy howdy, we're here with a boy howdy campaign tonight. Our first round is going to be the Bolivar Heights Redoubt, followed up by the Smokestacks on Conquest. Will note, if you played in this event, you live streamed your perspective or uploaded your recording of it, please feel free to send that link to me, whether it be in the comment section or over on Discord, and I'll be glad to put it in the pinned comments on this video. So before we get into our rounds tonight, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do with no ads, by the way. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So our regiments for tonight: on the CSA side, you have the Kentucky Outlaws, Evans Independent Brigade, Stonewall Brigade, Army of Northern Virginia, 14th Tennessee, Archers Brigade, 6th Arkansas, 20th Georgia, 7th South Carolina, 1st North Carolina, Sharpshooters, 7th Louisiana, and there were some artillery guys named CEF. Don't exactly know what that is. And then on the Union side, you have the 8th Virginia, 2nd United States Rifles, 1st United States Sharpshooters, 1st Minnesota, Midwest Brigade, 2nd United States Sharpshooters, Eagles Brigade, Irish Volunteer Brigade, 3rd United States Horse Artillery, 4th New Jersey, and the 65th Illinois. Couple things to note: TKO and 7th LA balanced from the CSA campaign side over to the Union campaign side to help out with balancing, so appreciate with that. Another thing is they're swapped for round 1 and they will return to their original sides for round 2. So CSA on the left will be Union, Union will be CSA, at least for the first round. Anyways, numbers for tonight are currently at 261, and I mean, they balanced, but it's now 15 man imbalance the other way. It was like 20-30 men in Union's favor, but now it's 15 in the other way, and 15's kind of at that point where it's too much. But with that all being said, artillery, Union has, holy cow, 14, and the CSA has 18, which I guess CSA has more there, surprisingly. So our infantry imbalance is going to be 10 in favor of CSA side. Frontline reporters today, representing our Union campaign side, who's on CSA. You have Complex from the Irish Volunteer Brigade, and then representing our CSA campaign, who is on Union, you have Cloud from the Army of Northern Virginia. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. So Artie's getting a couple good hits already for the CSA side, hitting in that berm. That's stuff they got to do, especially when CSA does eventually charge, because the strategy for this map for CSA, it's relatively simple. There is a big berm. It's a fortress. Union has to defend that. CSA needs to break through and capture the point, which is in the center area here, surrounded by those caissons. And so that's what CSA has to do. Now, CSA can play this a couple ways. They can ship back and shoot it out with the Union for a while if they want. Union's going to have good cover, but CSA is going to have that distance and stuff as well. So, I mean, not a whole lot of casualties generally happen at these shootouts. CSA already hitting some nice shots. We have a little shout out here. It's a mix of groups here: EB, 3rd USHA, IVB, Midwest. I mean, a mix of guys there. They're hitting their shots. But yeah, the shootouts from the long distance generally don't yield a whole lot of ticket loss for one side or the other, depending on the night. CSA can also push up. If CSA gets into this berm, that's probably the biggest thing they want to do, because if they can put their flags here, keep respawning guys on the flag, they can get into this close-range combat with the Union, and generally, since the attackers have more tickets, I'll get to that in a second, generally those really favor the attackers, and then obviously the last thing is the charge into the berm. Union's biggest thing is they need to keep the CSA as far away as possible for as long as they can. And sure, Union's defending, it's not like they can force CSA to do anything per se, but what they can do is when CSA eventually does decide to push up, Union has to wipe their flags so that they can't get respawns anywhere, and then will instead have to spawn at main. So, looks like you have EB going up here all by themselves. That's a great arty shot. Holy crap. So, CSA starting to really inch up on all sides. So, as mentioned a moment ago, the attackers have a ticket imbalance. It was 24% advantage to the CSA side before this update. The devs gave 10% more tickets to the Union side, which overall I feel like is a fine change. So it's a 14% ticket imbalance roughly. Weapons on this map: Union has the 39th New York with the Mississippi, and they have the 32nd Ohio with the option of the Lorenz and the Springfield 61. Meanwhile, CSA on the other hand, they've got the 1st Louisiana Zouaves with the Mississippi, and they've got the 9th Louisiana with the Springfield 55, but more importantly, the Springfield 42. So CSA's got buck and ball. Half their team is shotguns essentially, And that's why CSA wants to, another reason why CSA wants to get up in the berm and get into action is because if they can fight close range for a long period of time with shotguns, and Union doesn't have those, it's obviously going to favor CSA even more. So CSA has kind of played a interesting strategy, you could call it that. They've been sending, this is like the third group they've sent independently forward on the Union, third or fourth. And they're obviously getting shot down right away. I don't know why you would push up with a small group and bring up your flag, because that's a mobile respawn. You get 4 per team. And those flags are huge, especially when they spawn someone in every 5 seconds. So CSA already starting off with 1 down flag. I don't know why that was brought over there. Something else to note is the officers in this chat. In some events, they have a Steam chat where they communicate live with each other, but in this event, they don't have that. So if they want to communicate, they got to see what their friendlies are doing or talk to them in-game and then react accordingly. But here we go with a bigger CSA push. And Union not really ready for that, I guess. They're not bracing that well. CSA already perfectly timed shot as well. Overshoot. Oh. That's a new one. So, it looks like 7th LA and maybe some A&V, 1st North Carolina, 6th Arkansas for CSA charged over here. And I mean, Union wasn't really ready for that. They're not collapsing in as well, which is kind of letting CSA stay in this berm for a while. We got more charging. Eagles Brigade's going in for a second time now. I don't get why Stonewall Brigade's just sitting on this side of the map and not reinforcing their friendlies who are kind of being overrun in the center. I mean, seriously, Union as a team, you have to react instantaneously on the CSA. You got to collapse on them. You can't let CSA get in the berm and engage with you for a long period of time. One, because you don't want to take ticket loss, obviously, right? But it can be hard for the attackers to do well on this map if Union plays it well. Union is starting to move over now, which CSA will get that flag back. Good timing on that part, but now you got more CSA trickling up. You can see CSA are keeping their flags back. They don't want to, you know, as we just saw a moment ago, they don't want to see another flag lost. So they are keeping those back, which obviously it's going to make it more difficult for them to stay up and fight here longer. But Union's kind of really giving it, not really giving a huge fight where you would expect. So CSA just trying to play it safe. Looks like they got that flag and they're trying to go around this side again. I reckon this is more of a distractionary force than anything. IVB's trying to go around, bringing one flag this side. Again, not going to do a whole lot, but they might bring down a few guys here. Or maybe they might go into the berm. I don't know. Risky bringing the flag out this way. Union already with a barrage, going for some counter battery. Half those shots went over. Why are you counter battering?
I want to tell you something.
Wait, fix the gun. Wait, fix the gun real quick. Wait.
Looks like we passed.
So IVB is going in the berm. Union, for it not being a huge defensive line, has not really been reacting well to CSA movements.
You're not supposed to go over with the flag.
Guys, fun fact about
Dark Lord, you're amazing.
Lord of the Rings, guys.
Lord of the
Movie,
Wings.
when he says, "You shall not pass," that's actually not what he says in the book.
I'm from Mordor. I've been bucked. My balls.
So it only took SB here in the IB about 30-45 seconds, but they eventually got there. Rest of the CSA is reforming. I mean, that's the thing too, is like, sure, CSA shooting it up over here, but you got CSA in your line in the back. I don't know why Union's so slow. And I mean, tickets have evened out here. This is about as great of a start as you could have for CSA. And I mean, IVB's eventually just going to get overrun from numbers alone. They do have some reinforcements here in 2nd US Sharps, but it's going to be too late and too little. What is going on over here? Why are there... You know, not a bad idea here from EIB. CSA already's actually been putting in real good work. You got 14th Tennessee over here as well. I mean, CSA already's really putting in work, so actually sending a few guys out there, you know. Normally I wouldn't like it, but, you know, it's kind of warranted. And that's a good thing, I think. Normally, you don't see Artie do that great. And so, you know, it's nice to see them do well. Meanwhile, EB being aggressive for a 3rd time now, going up into the berm on this side. And both sides are going to drop to engage, probably from this little skirmish here.
Brace up, boys. Brace up. Brace up.
I keep pulling my pin.
And they don't hit it. Oh, will they hit engaged?
Good to see you, brothers. Hello, hello.
Nah, CSA does. Anyways, 14th Tennessee's built back where, I mean, they're distracting Midwest Brigade on top of potentially trying to harass their already. TKO and looks like 1st Minnesota and 7th LA are now just charging in. This strategy should not be working for CSA. It really shouldn't.
Watch out behind us, watch out behind us, watch out behind us.
Kill him, bastard. Ah, boys. Whack. Whack. Sorry.
So CSA already gets a good shot in there. CSA, again, right? CSA is not getting respawns here. Nope, that flag got out over there. But CSA is not getting respawns right up on the berm. Union's just letting them stay here and fight for a long time. I mean, generally as an attacker, you want to get the defender down to engage by the 30-minute mark. And I mean, CSA's cleared that. Especially on a map where you normally don't see that. Especially considering that both sides can't move at the double quick or sprint until the 40-minute mark. They can start quick timing at the 43-minute mark, but it's, you know, it's like you cut CSA off with a little bit of their attack time, but yet they're keeping pace, and that's mostly just because Union is not responding. They're not bouncing. Like Eagles Brigade now running up again. They're, you know, they've died and they're just back there, and they're getting to the berm. And I mean, maybe this is a. It just doesn't feel like it should work for CSA. Because essentially the CSA strategy this entire time has been, we are going to send independent groups and hit everywhere on the berm. Which kind of can really play into the no Steam Chat event. Because if groups are independently kind of doing their own thing, you know, that can be huge. You don't have to communicate as a whole team to do a big movement or something like that, especially attacking, right? Instead, you can just send, you know, oh, I got my guys back, I'm going to go hit this side because that's what we plan to do. And I mean, Union's just not responding. I mean, the thing is, the tickets are even. I would really think Union would be ahead. Because, I mean, CSA, they're just going in independently. And they should be getting wiped quick. With Union numbers, they should be dying in formation. CSA would be dying in skirmishing and out of line more often, but that's just not happening. So, part of it is the Union campaign on CSA, just kind of their quick attacks nonstop. Union, on the other hand, are just, I don't know if they're not expecting it or just not looking. I don't know. But, I mean, CSA's had a great round so far, and I mean, they're keeping tickets even, which is a very, it's a good for a attacker to have that per se. Obviously, they can do better and get a ticket lead, but at a bare minimum, right? This is phenomenal. So TKO is now going around the side. Got some canister that missed.
Oh no.
T-score down, T-score down.
Keep going, keep going.
We're going to the rock?
So, I mean, TKO is just, again, trying to go on their own. Union, though, is much more spread out in the berm, and so they're kind of ready for that. Granted, you would expect them to be ready for it. That flag has had a journey today.
Hey, Cactus.
I never realized these sticks here. They got leaves on them. Huh.
Come on, you reds!
I wonder what trees were chopped down for that. I assume they're trees anyways. Looks like it. Interesting. Only been playing this game for almost 5 years now. So, Union's running out of the berm, which you shouldn't do. The only time you should do it is if you're like all the way back here. You don't want to put yourself in a bad spot like that. But here comes more charging from CSA. 2nd U.S. Sharps on the left. 7th LA and 1st Minnesota. 2nd United States Rifles on the left. And I honestly think part of CSA's success too is just Union pounding the crap out of this area, or sorry, CSA already pounding the crap out of that area there. Union just doesn't want to stand there, understandably.
Let's go, charge in, 7
They're all reloading! Get them, boys!
Look at all these nerds back here. Look
And so CSA, I think smartly so, they want to charge in the berm. They're kind of hitting at the flanks. I mean, they're also charging up center, but there's no Union there.
All friendly now. We killed them all. We killed them all.
I'm gonna check numbers after this though, but CSA continuing to push through.
Officer nerd, look at the officer.
Seriously, CSA's still alive, and I mean, what are Union doing over here? Sure, they're shooting CSA, but does that really matter? Union's just playing a really bad game. And again, this is CSA campaign. The introductory regiments that I talked about, they're flip sides for this round. That can get confusing. I get confused a lot. It took a while for me to kind of figure out, especially for Grand Campaign, the EU Saturday event I watch. And it took me a couple events to finally figure out the swap side things. But anyways, CSA don't, again, the crazy thing too is, right, CSA don't push up their flags. They don't get respawns, but yet they're lasting so long up there. And again, oh my goodness. Unironically, this has been one of the best Bolivar Heights readout artillery that I've seen. I mean, what? You got Eagles Brigade, 3rd Usha. They just launched that volley. Did very good. I mean, you got a Midwest gun there as well. And then rolling a gun all the way up here. You got IVB guys with a 3rd Usha officer. They're killing it. It's phenomenal. Really. If only we saw that with Artie for a lot of the other maps in this game. I know Artie isn't always the best on a lot of the maps. But I mean, but frankly, right, you would think CSA already wouldn't have that hard of a time on this map because they just got to shoot into the... I mean, Union's going to be in the same 1, 2, 3 areas on this, and it's just going well. Union's trying to counter battery, but I don't think it's worth it. Anyways, evened out pop. Someone might have balanced. Might have to look in chat, but... I mean, Union has 8, CSA has 18, Union has 17, so numbers have really evened out. Holy crap. Also, whoever said go Lions Killa from 2nd U.S. Sharps. Awesome take, by the way. 65th Illinois, they balanced over Union, so appreciate those guys. A lot of balance. It was funny because it was like the Union team was up by like 20, 30 guys, and then they bounced 2 regiments over, and then CSA was up by 15, which, ugh. But anyways, CSA, they don't need to keep that many guys over there, but frankly, they're doing really well so far. But there's still a lot of match to play. Union's going to hit taking losses first. IVB and EB starting to push up, but Union is going outside the berm. That's the thing, right? When you're playing this map as Union, you're defending, right? You have okay, I would say a okay to good defensive position in this berm. And so there's no overly huge need to rush out like this to get shots. Sure, you're flanking shots and getting kills, but you're also kind of exposing yourself. And I mean, I don't like that you're crouching either, because if you die, right, that's 3 times the amount of tickets lost compared to if you all were just standing up near each other. So, anyway, CSA already gets, again, good shots. If infantry and Artie can communicate when they're going in, it'd be awesome. But my goodness, CSA Artie is cooking. EB, 1st Minnesota, 2nd U.S. Sharps going in on this side, some IBB as well. And CSA is just hitting the whole berm kind of as once here. And Union in taking losses. CSA shortly to follow.
Flag down over here, boys. Flag down. Flag down.
And there goes CSA as well. And I mean, CSA still fighting up here. They should have been wiped by now. Especially considering when like a third of the CSA team did not charge there. Because they'll cross the map shooting. Granted, yeah, this is... Wow. Now, 20th Georgia here. Looks like 6 Arkansas are charging. Oh my goodness. Maybe some Union charged out. CSA flags. They got them down for a moment. Which... I don't know who did that, or if they just got shot. 3 flags being down once to a volley would be crazy.
They were not Rambos. They had 3.
Yeah, it looks like they just sent a couple guys. So, not a bad idea there. But Union now starting to be down. They're down about 1/8 of a stage right now.
That's not our flag.
I know.
Second! Rally! The blue one is.
So CSA going to form up again, following the trend of earlier. If you are a attacker, you want to get the defender down to engage by the 30-minute mark, or 20, sorry. Yeah, 30-minute mark engaged. For taking losses 20 minutes, and I mean, again, CSA's cleared it. Oh my goodness, this is... Wish I could get a screenshot of one of those arty shots. Should have done that sooner, but oh well. You know, you win some, you lose some. It's actually something I want to see. So there's 874 people on War of Rights right now. Wow. I think the game's on sale anyways. That's maybe something I should know. I would assume it'd be on sale. Steam Summer Sale, that's 50% off. If you want to get the game, now would be the time. If you're enjoying this content, you'd be like, I want to play in that. Buy the game. Best Part 2 is 50% off. And then lastly, so it's $15, normally $30. But the best part is that, you know, you can play it up to 2 hours within 2 weeks. And if you don't like it, you can refund it. Because Steam is a glorious platform. May have bought some single-player games for this, which I don't know if I'll enjoy those, but we'll see. Like Elden Ring, for example. That might have not been a great thing to say. Oh well. I don't know. Those type of games aren't always my cup of tea per se, but I'm hoping to enjoy them. So CSA is just kind of surrounding, starting to shoot it out. They're almost up about 1/4 of a stage now. So CSA slowly cementing that lead of theirs. Just keeping it cruising along. And I mean, Union has completely just left the area where they'd normally be at. And again, that's all credit to CSA already there.
They are going to kill you. Cannons will. Now line up for cannons.
This is why you turn your bodies up in game.
That's the only way to
Man,
pull us out.
if you can. That guy's giving a thumbs up on the ground there. He's fist pumping the cannon shell on the ground. So CSA's going in again. Some of the Union went out the berm, but huge flank here from EB on 6 Arkansas. 6 Arkansas saw him just in the nick of time though and turned around. Which EB's going to win that on numbers alone. CSA starting to inch some of those flags forward. A lot of smoke. And I mean, Union holds again. But again, right, it might not feel like you're taking a lot of ground in this game, but the important thing is tickets. That's what this game comes down to in the end for the most part.
Flag stay back on me. Flag stay back on me. Hold over
So
here.
CSA inches their flags up a little bit. So got some 4th New Jersey, EB, IBB guys here. Kind of getting into a shootout with the Union, which CSA doesn't want to doesn't want those flags to go down. And I mean, CSA still slightly ahead on tickets. Looks like that ticket gap, it's about the same.
Come here, Reb, as I'm fucking dead.
But I mean, if I'm Union, right,
I think Fork. I think you have.
CSA's been really charging you from this side.
I don't know, but
And so, and they've been shooting out with you on the other side. So, I mean, I really think Union needs to take like half to 3/4 of their guys and just move them up here. Which maybe they're trying to spread out for Artie, but I mean, CSA's been charging you on this side for the most part. They're just shooting at with you from a long distance. If CSA do ever decide to charge from this side, you're going to have plenty of time to notice and move down the hill and react accordingly. So, I don't need this many guys on a shootout, but oh well. I think, similarly, right, I think CSA is too many guys over here, but, I mean, there's a fair amount of Union guys there as well. So, you know, it is what it is. But CSA shifting now all 3 of their flags that they had over here to this side.
Get your loads, boys.
So, once Union hits breaking, that's their next stage. You can capture point and win instantly if you're an attacker. If they captured it now, they'd have to hold it for a certain amount of time. And that certain amount of time depends on the morale stage of the defenders as long as it's before breaking.
What are you saying in your mother's house? What are you saying over here?
Jordan, west.
I'm still alive. I still got this flag.
I don't think I would let
Flag
this
down, flag down.
But I mean, yeah, CSA can capture point and win once Union hits breaking. However, they got a fully wiped Union. It's not like CSA's, you know, they've had good charges, but they haven't been able to do that yet. That's just because they haven't always charged in with their whole team and they didn't bring all their flags up. But CSA's just, they can keep playing like this. They got plenty of time.
Hey, we need a collar guard for the flag.
It is, maybe, I get CSA maybe trying to spread out, but if I were CSA, I don't know if they're paying attention to where their artillery is hitting, but the artillery sweet zone has been obviously right there and then over there. If I were CSA, I would try to position myself right here. It's more open, sure, but it'll draw Union more to the center area where your arty's been hitting great. So, which actually, something to note, I wonder how much ammo they have left. They probably have a good amount. Yeah, it looks like they got a good amount in here. Oh my goodness. They painted, what? Is this? I never noticed this before. There's like different shell colors for the different type of ammo. That's kind of neat. So they still got some over there. That's almost down to canister. That one's empty. That one's empty. That one's empty. That one's empty. Is that all they have? Well, CSA already running out of shots. And CSA's charging in. Well, Union now starting to move over this way. Meanwhile, CSA collapsing on this side as well. And Union they just look confused. Just look like a bunch of chickens running around. Union hits breaking first. CSA is shortly to follow here. It's like CSA charging on one side, Union takes a while, and then eventually turns and charges them. And then they get hit from behind. And then Union is just caught in a pickle, and then they get spread out. I mean, Union, if you ever get charged like this, if you're defending, you just need to take your whole group, hit one side, and instantly just bounce, bounce, bounce. You can't, like, split your forces up. Beautiful art shot. You can't split your forces up. You just can't. Because when CSA is going in all spread out like that, if Union spreads out to meet them, right, and it's just going to play to CSA's advantage, per se. But if Union kind of stayed, for the most part, blobbed up and just bounced off of where CSA was, you know, they probably wouldn't be down as bad, I don't think. Anyways, this CSA right side, which has really been shooting it out, is now starting to move out of these positions. TKO is now moving in. Again, they are probably the only group going in right now. But Union, a little slow on the reaction, so TKO here is at least going to get some damage done.
Don't stop. Stab and go. Stab and go. Stab and go.
You can't kill me. I'm like Frank Woods, motherfucker. I'll just come back.
That was not.
Who are you? First US. They're here. Oh, he missed. He missed again. That was a brave shoulder. You shall not pass. So the guy who, I don't know what name he said, but the guy who said he always comes back, that's Springtrap. That's Springtrap. So, 12 and a half minutes. Both sides in a very early portion of breaking. CSA's in a phenomenal spot.
Wow, Gomez, it took you 2 tries there. Very nice.
Fuck you, asshole. You're a douchebag.
Oh my goodness. Ragdoll's one of the better parts about this game, in my opinion. Ragdolls used to be crazy. Like, someone would be hitting their body would fly 10 years away, but it doesn't happen anymore. It also used to be a thing where if 2 people were rolling a case on forward... Oh my god, that already. If you roll case on forward with 2 guys and someone with full sprints into it, they'll get ricocheted and shot across the map. Anyways, here comes some more CSA. Oh, dang, officer. So the CSA stops right before the berm here. Some are going in. And again, Union is just letting them in the berm. Again, I think trying to avoid Artie, but a little reaction time's a little slow.
We got infantry in front of us. I gotta save you from
Watch friendlies. Watch.
Both sides getting reinforcements in now. Are CSA bringing up their flags? They're not bringing up their flags. They're keeping them back, respawning in. And then they're trickling forward. CSA is starting to take ground, it looks like. At least a little. Regardless, the tickets are down crazy on each side right now. And I mean, CSA is starting to win on the bottom side too. Union flag almost Imperial. CSA already now almost hitting their own guys. CSA is starting to get a foothold. Still not bringing up their flags though. Kind of see them on the right side there. CSA's taking point, and this round might be over. I mean, it's nearly over, especially since CSA is just kind of rolling through the berm here. Wow. Oh my goodness. What are you doing out here? Sure they're shooting a flag and they might get it down for 2 seconds, but that's just going to be picked right back up. I don't know why they're sitting out there. Sure, it's 10 guys. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but you know, it's a thought that counts. Now they're going to charge the flag, but it might be too late. Artie for Union spawning in there. You got kind of this Union wave trying to go in. Meanwhile, CSA is now starting to bring their flags, at least half of them kind of almost into the berm. Union down all flags.
We're all retarded, brother. We're all retarded.
hold diggy wiggy.
So Union hits last stand, meaning if they die, they don't come back. If they were dead, they spawned at main. Just so the defenders get one last wave. CSA still winning the point, even if it's slightly. And CSA is going to take this.
I got you, decoys.
Hey, I'm walking here.
So yeah, I mean, really well played game from CSA. It didn't feel like Union was really reacting quick enough to CSA, and you could definitely give credit to CSA already for that, just because Union, they couldn't be where they normally wanted to be because CSA already just kept pounding it the whole game. Which again, huge props to that CSA Artie. Probably some of the best Artie I've seen this map, and probably some of the best Artie I've ever seen in my broadcasting career of now. It's like 3 years and 4 months. So really, really well done on CSA Artie's part. It just wrong button. There we go. It just really felt like the Union side was just reacting slowly. And again, I don't know if just Artie displaced them and they didn't know what to expect, so CSA could just roll up quickly, or it's just because CSA hit so many places at once and Union just kind of didn't know where to go. But CSA survived way too long in those charges without flags. So, you know, really well played round from CSA. Union made a fair amount of mistakes though. So we'll see you all shortly for Conquest in round number 2. And here we are with the start of the second round. We're now on Conquest. For those of you who don't know, 3 points on the map. You're trying to fight to get a majority of the flagpoles. If you do, you start dealing a ticket drain on your opponent. If you're at 1-0, 1 flagpole to none, you're dealing 1 flagpole's worth. If you're up 2-0, you're dealing 2 flagpoles worth. But if it's each side has 1, they cancel each other out. So if one side's up 2-1, they're only dealing 1 flagpole worth of damage on their opponent. Anyways, this event operates a little differently. They only fight over 1 point of the 3 points until the 25-minute mark. And that point is chosen by whoever is the attacking team, which that's CSA side, CSA campaign. Remember, they're on their original sides, so they swap back from what they were in the first round back to their original side, which is why our frontline reported views have switched. But CSA, they attacked, and they chose the C point first, which was kind of surprising, I do think. But essentially how this works is they're only going to be fighting over the C point until the 25-minute mark. And after the 25-minute mark, the 2 other points are open. So again, no double quick or sprinting until the 40-minute mark. That's why you see Eagles Brigade and 1st Minnesota quick time to the point here. But the Union's kind of set up a perimeter. Meanwhile, CSA sending guys over there, which I don't get. I'll explain in a second, though, as we see our server pop. It's 261. Union's up by 1. I think 65th. Balance. Yeah, it looks like they balanced. I saw something in chat about them balancing. I don't entirely remember because they flip sides and then there's the switch sides already. Anyways, artillery-wise, CSA is 14, Union has 6. So our infantry and balance right now is 9 in favor of the Union side. So we'll note, again, they're fighting over the C point until the 25-minute mark. Why are there groups over here? Right, 14th Tennessee, first North Carolina Sharpshooters, Archers Brigade. I mean, they can get Union Arty here, which is maybe their goal. But again, that's a lot of guys for CSA to be committing over there, especially when you're already down in infantry. Artillery's not over here, so artillery doesn't matter. So the infantry is what matters. And when CSA commits, 15, 20 guys over here, they're going to be down 20, 25, 30 guys over here. And it's going to make it insanely difficult for the CSA to take advantage. But anyways, you got ANV pushing up through the corn here. Kind of the first to get close to the Union team there. And they're just popping shots into 4th New Jersey, who's just getting hit. 2nd U.S. Sharps and Eagles Brigades close in proximity as well. Meanwhile, another portion of EB is going to charge right in the back of ANV. And so, I mean, Union is going to win that in the end. And you do have some more CSA, but they do have a flag, so Union will be able to see him. Looks like some more EIB guys and ANV. Looks like they kept their flag back, which is not a terrible idea from there. So, Union's holding the point. They're having fun with Arty, but again, what's that doing, right? You can get a team doing that at like the 27, 28-minute mark, trying to set yourselves up on the other point so that once it hits 25, you can start capping. But that doesn't make sense to do it right now.
30. Sounds good.
Is 5 minutes long enough to get to A?
It should be. Alright, contact.
Wait, yes. Rebs close west. Close. Independent fire. Direct west, 7th lane in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, I see
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Yeah, that's like about 200 yards south.
I don't know if that's CSA or not. I don't think they'd be friendly.
Careful, we got
So, EB is running through the corn. EIB, they're just shooting here. Union should maybe be able to see that flag over there.
They might not be chasing, but at least...
I mean, you got to be looking. I mean, it's obviously poking out, but it can kind of be hard to see there. So, I mean, Union's just, yeah, they're going to have this point. If I'm CSA, the thing is, right, is they're losing tickets. I mean, you can already see, right, CSA's down almost about a third of a stage at this point. Union's down barely any tickets. You'll notice for the most part in Conquest that tickets... at least kills are fairly even for the most part. It's just the flag ticket loss rate that really kind of does it for you. So, if I'm CSA, I don't want to overcommit here, especially when you're outnumbered as is. Like seriously, CSA's down by a lot of manpower over here. I don't know if they should be trying to go for the point here. And again, that's a risky strategy. I think we see it a couple times in this event, and it's always interesting to see how it plays out. But the thing is that if you don't contest as a team the team who captured the point first, like Union did here, CSA doesn't ever decap or cap it themselves. CSA is going to be basically taking losses by time the 25-minute mark hits. So, anyways, that's the thing, is that CSA is fighting really outnumbered. I don't want to see CSA going in with small groups like that and just getting picked apart by Union, who has these large groups. But Union's going to take less casualties, most likely. On top of that, CSA is going to be dying and skirmishing out of line. I mean, this little stuff can kind of add up. There's no point in them really trying to fight over the point, especially bringing a flag up, which, nice spot from TKO. CSA should probably be able to get that back. So, just because it's in the corn and, you know, there's kind of chaos. But, I mean, CSA is just completely spread out. Really, at this point, CSA just should sit back, avoid taking any losses, and just wait till the 25-minute mark. Again, right, very risky strategy because Union's going to be down barely any tickets, and CSA is going to be down by, you know, morale and a half stage or a morale stage. You know, it's just kind of how it is. TKO.
We're good. Wait, that flag's up, straight north, southwest, it's getting away!
Oh, switch at it.
Let's go. Yeah,
But they should probably be able to get that back. Looks like you got some shenanigans happening over here again. So, yeah. I don't get CSA's game plan, really. They're trying to half go at the point and then just half not even bother with it. It's a bit of a confusing strategy. Which maybe they were like, we don't want to touch the point. But some of their groups have been getting really close to it. I don't know if they think they're fine to push it to the corner and get flanks there. I don't know. But regardless, it is what it is. CSA's almost down to engage. Union's barely lost an eighth of a morale stage. So, yeah, I mean, CSA. I mean, just Union looks like they outnumber CSA by a lot. So, man. I mean, Union has guys over here, but I probably think these are their arty guys. Yep. They're having a jolly good show over here. I mean, CSA just outright ripped arty away. And why is infantry guarding the arty? What are you guys doing over here? And there's a lot of arty guys, but like...
Guys, you guys need to read it. You guys need to read it out phonetically.
All right, first North Carolina sharpshooters on me, boys. Let's move.
First North Carolina sharpshooters, move on your star.
I'm not currently.
Good luck, Carolina lacking son of the bitches.
Okay, well, there's only 7 of us.
How do we flip this thing proper?
Oh
no, we got 2 canister, we got 1 door.
Truly. I don't know. Because even if you're fighting over all the points, you rarely ever see infantry guarding the arty like that, because the points are so important in this game. Being down a flagpole is going to deal you more ticket loss than anything else in this game. At least consistently.
I got your boy Howdy. There you go.
No charge, no volley, no independent fire, no F9. None of that could do it. But the flags can. And so... And it's like CSA, they still keep sending in small groups in. Unless you're trying to decap an opponent's safe point when all 3 flags are up, there is no need for you to be going off on your own like this. Unless you're trying to find your group from like main spawn or whatever. No need for this.
Whoa, southwest.
Hey, careful.
Oh shit, hey, what's up, guys? You know, there's only
Oh, I got team killed. CSA isn't engaged. Union, the artillery groups have flipped guns over there. Pretty funny.
Fucking bullshit is fucking garbage. Oh, I'm dead. I'm calling it.
That was that guy. Good call. You should go gamble. I'm kidding. Or as we say in Counter-Strike, open a case. Don't do that either. So we still got 5 minutes, and I mean, CSA is gonna be 3/4 of the way through engaged. That might not be taking losses, and again, right? It's usually about halfway to fully through engaged, but CSA, they've kind of been fighting, but it's not like they've been pushing with their whole team as a concentrated force, so they're probably not going to take as many casualties, but they're still taking some. And I mean, Union's not taking a lot. I mean, they've taken about a half morale stage in kill losses alone, so CSA's probably taken something roughly around that. I would argue a little more, but of course we'll see what happens when we get the after action report. But that's the interesting part about this rule set is it's kind of cool because, right, you fight over 1 point for the first third of the game, and then the rest of the game you fight over the other points. And it's, oh no. Oh, they saw him.
But yeah, we're probably gonna get wiped.
So AV gets a wipe there. Nice spot it there. So that's the thing, right, is Union has the advantage, right? They've gotten the first point. They're going to hold it till the 25-minute mark. And, I mean, they're up by a morale stage right now almost, and they're going to be up by a considerable amount more in the next couple of minutes. CSA, if they want, can set themselves up for success. And they can get on this B and A point and instantly cap it once the 25-minute mark is hit. And so if CSA does that, they can hold that for the rest of the game. And, I mean, right, Union's going to have a flag advantage for, about, what, 15, 16 minutes, and 25 is bigger than that. So, I mean, CSA is going to have a lot of time to, catch back up. But obviously, there's not a whole lot of room for error. So, it's always interesting, especially when the map setup is like this, because Union has the advantage here, but CSA has the advantage at B and A. CSA has a window to win here, but obviously we'll see how it kind of plays out. And you can see, starting to get to that 28-minute mark here, getting closer and closer to the 25-minute mark when the other points open up. So each team is going to respectively start moving to capture one of those next points. Now, CSA, these groups have been over by A for literally the whole game, and so they will finally be able to do something over here at least and capture that point. But if I'm Union, I just push the B point. If I'm City CSA guys, I just try to defend that. But man, CSA, again, they're going to have to play a near-perfect game going at this point forward. Because, right, let's say Union's had it for 15 minutes, 25 minutes on the clock. CSA is going to have to be up by a flagpole for at least 15 minutes to catch back up, and then you have 10 or so minutes in there. And I mean, if Union just decaps a point to prevent either side from losing tickets, or they get a ticket lead, right, it completely throws the amount of time that CSA can, I guess, relax on out of the window. So
I think we're good.
Double quick, march. 3-4 on the single column, boys. Right to the shift. Or double column, my bad. Double.
So, Union's starting to move out. You got 7th LA and IBB. It looks like they're trying to move out to the A point here, which obviously overlooking here, not a bad idea. Yeah, they definitely outnumber them over there. You got 2nd US Sharps over there as well. That's actually a pretty good idea, right? Because if you're Union, you're probably anticipating CSA to lightly defend A and then for the most part hold at B, because CSA's first thought is probably, well, Union's going to come from C and hit B. So Union, I think, thinking almost a little bit outside the box there, and like, we're going to predict that CSA is going to have a majority of their forces at B, which actually they have even forces at A and B right now, with a lot still over here. So that all being said, I mean, these Union guys should have a free shot at the point here. And again, with no communication, CSA is not going to really know. And you still have some CSA groups trying to fight over here. There's no point. 30 seconds till... Wow, CSA actually might go into taking losses here. Not before 25. But some CSA still trying to put up a little bit of a fight. SB hitting TKO here.
No. Yeah, it's a small skirm unit. I think that's EIB again.
Yeah, let's just kill him.
Take them.
So, I mean, minuscule fighting over here. CSA is getting a little more forces on B. Near the few groups at A left. Which, why'd they leave? I mean, they maybe saw a Union were like, we're getting out of here, perhaps, but I'm going to guess that's why they did that, because it would be insane for them to just leave that off the rip and just not cap it.
Going back in the column, fellas.
So, IVB in 7th LA. I assume the 2nd US Sharps guys are here somewhere. They're going to get the A point. And that 10-minute window I was talking about, completely gone. Because Union still has a flagpole lead right now. And time is a-ticking. So, it stops for the moment. CSA have some more guys heading back to the A point because they're like, well, we don't have it capped yet. That's not good. So 6 Arkansas is starting to head that way. 1st North Carolina's over here. Canada's over here from 20th Georgia.
I don't make the rules.
That's a rule?
That's a rule.
Yes, sir.
What's the rule?
Fuck's sake, bro. They always take away my fun.
So, Union is going to have a flagpole lead. And again, they've had it for about 16 minutes at this point, and it's continuing now. CSA's got about 6-7 minutes to get a flagpole lead and then catch back up. Otherwise, they're going to have to do some drastic measures to actually win this. Like be up 2 flagpoles or capture all 3, which that's always hard to do. Capturing 3 points, you have to have kind of an uncoordinated enemy, and then you also have to be really well coordinated, which it's not always the easiest thing to do. So 6 Arkansas is trying to go around for a flank here. I assume this is, 20th Georgia. Is going up there now to reinforce. IVB 7th LA holding down on the point. And again, every second that's ticking by, it's like CSA can't go for C really. I mean, Union's got a large concentration force. Obviously, we see that they don't, but CSA is likely to assume that anyways because they were there. CSA might be assuming that Union's moving on the B point, but if you're CSA, I don't really think you can think that way. You can't be defensive if you're CSA at this point. You need to have 2 points. I know I'm not flying, at least in the area where guys are, but there's not a lot of fighting right now. It's just kind of waiting to see what's going on here. I assume it's going to be a Union seems to outnumber CSA over here. And again, time is ticking. Every second that goes by. Again, you want good communication, right? And I mean, it looks like CSA sending some more guys over this way. But man...
Ghost, have you been talking at all tonight? I haven't heard Ghost talk once.
So, 27th, Virginia is now heading over this way. And I mean, CSA's putting more and more guys over here, but they haven't pushed yet. Maybe they don't think they can take it with the guys they have. But, again, every one of these seconds is counting. CSA sending more guys over now. And soon enough, I feel like we're going to have the whole CSA team over here. Meanwhile, Union, they have... What's our number? It really feels like Union outnumbers CSA. And I mean, they're up by 5 right now. Considering artillery, it's 13. Infantry in balance in favor of Union, which is okay. But, I mean, Union's now starting to send groups over to the B point, EB. Following them is TKO. When is CSA going to make a push for that A point, though? This isn't the time to sit around and shoot. That's for sure. EB's going in. Yeah, 14 Tennessee was looking the wrong way. So Cloud getting a couple nice shots there. CSA will hold with numbers there. However, you have TKO now showing up for Union.
Right in front.
Shoot him.
Look at this guy.
Nice, nice.
You're Ramboing.
And I mean, if Union gets a decap on this point, even for a couple minutes, they're going to win this game.
Ow.
Or at least not lose.
Keep shooting him. Keep shooting him.
So A and V will hold. Some Archer Brigade guys are there, and maybe a couple more. You still have some Union trickling in there. CSA is now going to the A point. It looks like Union kind of quote-unquote backed off, which maybe CSA saw that and is now pushing in. Which I don't know why Union would just... I mean, it looks like they're just kind of sitting back in the corner. What is that flag doing, though? They can see you.
Color guard.
Oh. I'm going to take a hot guess that he's trying to be a distraction, but you know you can shoot through that fence. Meanwhile, Union hops up and over there. They're going to be on that solo. I think they're just trying to surprise the CSA here. Which, hey, never mind. That flag was, I guess, that bad of an idea. Maybe trying to get CSA to waste some shots, which, I mean, 2 guys did. So, I mean, CSA will get the decap at least, and they will have numbers that take this. And CSA is not going to lose B either, so CSA is going to get a flag advantage here for the first time today. But I think it's too late.
Officer right.
I mean, they're down a morale and a half stage with 18.5 minutes left. I mean, they've at least been down a flagpole for 20-some minutes. And so if I am CSA at this point, you still got to keep up the aggression at this point, even if you're up a flag. Like, you have to decap C for a few minutes. Or capture it, either or. But, I mean, Union's got a large force there. CSA's probably going to have to commit a lot of forces to try and get that. If they want to get it. But, in the meantime, I guarantee one Union group, or a couple, will just go around and get B or A back. I mean, this is... CSA's just kind of in a really bad spot right now. And, frankly, it's just kind of really terrible strategy on their part at the beginning of the round here.
So much stuff going on. I don't know what you're talking about, boy Hetty.
This hurts me more than it hurts you.
It really does.
Yeah, I'm sorry I nailed you guys in the head.
So, CSA, despite all of that, might get a flag here. Union hits engaged. He just needs to run out of bounds, which... Okay, that's far away. Never mind, he's not getting out of bounds.
Keep going, keep going. Good shit.
Come here, buddy. Good night, buddy.
So, CSA, you know, one thing, they'll get a flag down there. Meanwhile, Union looks like they're starting to move out of C point and make an attempt at B, maybe. Who knows? It looks like that's where they're heading anyways. But if I'm Union, I'm not worried. At this point, how the game ends is if each side is in the same morale stage. It doesn't matter how high or low you are in that stage. If someone is about to hit take and loss, like they're engaged, and they have a sliver of tickets left to engage, if someone gets knocked into engaging at the very start of it, they're both still engaged, so it's a draw, right? If you knock your opponent to last stand and completely wipe them, you can win that way. You can also win by being in a higher morale stage. So if the game ended right now, right, Union's in engaged, CSA's in taking losses, Union wins the game. So
Frickin' one guy.
And I mean, that's like CSA's down a morale stage and a half at this point. They're not going to take this.
Hand up, GI.
There, come on. Just focus on getting into B.
So, TKO making another push towards the B point. Midwest is with them this time as well. IVB looks, and maybe some 7th LA guys there are going to move out towards B as well. A lot of CSA at A now, which Union might have a little window here at the B point. A and V, and I assume Archer's Brigade are here to defend.
go, 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 go.
Go, go, go. Wipe them out.
Union retreat. Union retreat.
Keep on running. Run and stab, boys. Run and stab. We got him. We got him.
So CSA holds there, but they barely hold. And this might be perfect timing here for IVB, who's coming in from Maine. And they're going to get a flag, wipe CSA here, and probably get a decap.
Hi, killer. Where's killer? Is this even AMD?
A and V more like A and we.
Let's go, tear it down.
So that's a really huge decap for the Union side. They still have some guys defending C, not a whole lot. I wonder if they're bringing a flag. I mean, TKO, they've got their flag here. You got 4th New Jersey now moving up with a flag as well. And so Union's going to be able to get B now. CSA still has guys at A. I can get keeping a small force back. But you've had that point for at least like 5-6 minutes now, it feels like. I don't know why, or maybe not that long, like 4 minutes. But I don't know why you guys are still over here. They're now starting to move over here. Again, it's the CSA campaign has really just, they felt like they've been reacting really slow to stuff tonight. I don't know. So Eagles Brigade's now moving out. Union still has all these poor guys. 3rd Usha, 1st. I mean, a very important job. Defending your save points huge. CSA could always send 3 guys or a smaller group in general to try and go get a decap. And if you're the force there to try and stop it, you know, that's huge. So Union is about to take the B point. They're going to start dealing a ticket loss on the CSA side again. And CSA is going to be dropping to breaking within the next 2 minutes when they do cap it. Which, I mean, Union's kind of getting pounded. They're also about to be flanked by what I assume is A and B, maybe some Archer Brigade guys in there.
Hey, hi, how's it going up here,
So, well, being said, Union gets the B point. CSA's not winning this. It's over at this point. CSA might be able to pull out a draw, but I highly doubt it. Nice little distract charge there as a lot of the CSA surge forward from the center here. So, I mean, Union still has a fair amount of force still. Oh my goodness, Union's going to hold. Union actually has a fair amount of guys here, more than what I was expecting. If they just all collapse in, they'll push CSA out. CSA do get a decap, though. They hit breaking as well. Union's about to hit taking losses.
Come on now, Skeeter. Come on over and feel a little bit of that. Boys.
You're kind of seeing a mistake from Union. You got some groups like Midwest Brigade and TKO. They're charging in. IVB, great shots, but Union can't. Union, if you see your friendlies charging in, you got to go in with them. I don't know why half the Union kind of sat. Maybe they didn't see, but some of the Union just sitting back and shooting and some charging in. I mean, they'll probably be able to shoot these guys out in the end. Probably, they should.
Dude, I can't see dick because I got stabbed. Oh my god.
Yeah, I've been to see for minutes. To the northeast! To the northeast!
Maybe. Looks like they won't be able to. So CSA is going to get that back. 11 minutes left. Union will hit taking losses. Looks like some CSA are approaching, but not enough to do much.
Southeast, southeast, southeast. You in 2 seconds. You died in 2 seconds. You died in 2 seconds. Bye, Rebel.
So Union goes to taking losses. But, I mean, we've seen tonight, generally I've been saying every 10 minutes you want to knock your opponent down roughly outside of the beginning of the match when everyone's spawning in, moving out, and whatnot. You get 15 minutes for that, but for the most part, 10 minutes to knock someone down a morale stage. I mean, CSA is already a little way through breaking, and we got 10 minutes left. CSA more than likely is going to hit last stand before anything, which means CSA is going to have to knock the Union down 2 morale stages in 10 minutes, and that is not happening. Unless they get, like, a 2-3 flag advantage, which Union's starting to surge through now at B. We got Meat Cutter, though. Where is he at?
Here we go. Dude, I'm literally like brink of death right now.
Get him, boys! Get him, 33rd! Charge!
So that Union surge gets beaten back pretty quickly by CSA. Well done on their part. There's a lot of tiny groups on CSA who are sticking together, and they're holding it strong on that side. So CSA will push back through that. And they're still down a morale stage, over a morale stage, actually.
Here
they come, brace!
Goose, you might want to get the colors out of here.
Here we go, watch out, watch out!
Excuse me, guys. I just want to talk real quick. Just need to do this.
Go, run, Goose, run.
This. Thank you about that.
So CSA actually starting to, you know, they're grouping up at B and they're doing good things. But that's just not going to be enough. I mean, the thing is, right, I mean, CSA's most likely going to get Union into breaking, but it's more of a question, is CSA going to hit last stand? Union's got plenty of time to knock them down to that. I won't say CSA, I don't know if they're charging after Union Rambles or trying to make a push at C. I mean, Union's got some groups still kind of sitting there. One of them's moving out. Looks like CSA's backing off. At least A and... Oh, never mind. They're going to make a push. And I don't blame them. It's, you know, really, CSA, you're not winning this game at this point. You can maybe try to get a draw going. And so CSA needs to get a decap.
You Rambo son of a bitch! I don't see your unit behind you!
I'm in skirmishing.
No, you...
Oh, that was perfect. So PSA, it looks like they only got that one Union flag down in the process there. And I mean, see, if I'm CSA, now you can play a risky game, right? CSA can try to, if possible, get the C point, which looks like A and V is pushing up that way right now, and some 65th guys. They can play that way. But also, right, if CSA avoids taking too many casualties, it could potentially try to hit Union into breaking, and then still be at a very low breaking and at least force a draw. So A and V, EIB actually is in the mix here as well.
Hey, we might go around the left here.
And they're going to try to go at it. They do slightly outnumber the Union there, and they have a flag. For the type of start that Union has had, there is really no way Union should be losing this game right now. Or there's no way that the Union should not win this game. That's how you word it. Union, when you're up by almost 2 or so morale stages, you should be winning this game. I see. It's gonna be close for if it's a draw or not, assuming things stay the same. Which Union does have a group moving out towards the gate point. Looks like some CSA have seen them, so nice recovery from them. If CSA Union's gonna hit breaking, it's a question of is CSA going to hit last stand at this point? Again, as mentioned before. So IVB is trying to make a push. I would I shot him the flag. I would almost just run around him. Be a little funny. So if CSA somehow pulls a draw out of this, we'll see. A and V is kind of starting to get surrounded here as they make a push towards C. I don't know if Union saw them or they're just like, maybe we're just going to give up on B. Regardless, it looks like they're heading back. A and V pushed the corners. EIB guys stayed back and took the hit there. But it looks like good moves from Union here. At least are going to prevent A and V and probably get some kills there in the process. IVB over there looks like they're just going to gun it to the point. I kind of I like it. Meanwhile, charging over here.
Hi. What the fuck are you doing?
So A&V is trying to push through here. They get some Union Rambos or so in the corn. But now they got a major kind of Union line here. Union hits breaking. If I'm CSA at this point, I back off completely and defend my points. I don't try to engage in combat. But maybe you could say A&V is distracting so their Union doesn't focus on the rest of their team. You could argue either or. But A&V is slowly going to be whittled out there. IVB looks like they might have charged into some CSA over there. And it's the same thing for Union, right? Union needs to get hyper-aggressive and get at CSA to get them done the last stand, which they have time. So first US Sharpshooter is going to charge through the back and probably get this last CSA flag down. Meanwhile, looks like IVB wiped that CSA group over there, got a flag down. You got some charging in the center here as well. 65th Illinois being charged up by TKO.
I hate car warranties.
Yeah, keep squatting.
And Union's got time. If they get this decap and cap the point in IVB, that'll lock it in as a Union win. Yeah, I was not expecting this round to kind of end this close in this fashion. Well, it looks like IVB should be able to get the decap. I mean, the closest CSA group is in the cemetery, and if they're going to try to stop it, they need to run over about now. Meanwhile, CSA is making a team push. Yeah, they're hitting last stand. Wow. I mean, right, Union's still up by a lot, and they've played a good round, all things considered. But, you know, you'd much rather win than get a draw. So IVB gets the decap there. They'll probably cap it soon. And that'll be the final nail in the coffin for CSA. So EB starting to push some CSA out. Union also are about to get on the B point. I think that's TKO there. And yeah. Wow. I don't know how many... I mean, CSA lost about a third of a stage in a relatively short time. They were getting aggressive, which, you know, they had two options. Either play aggressive and try to get the Union safe point at C down or cap it, and that did not work. They overcommitted, which obviously is going to happen in that instance, is what you kind of have to do. But Union had groups back that were off, and they decapped. And I mean, CSA also kind of went in towards C independently, but it's really hard at this point in the round to really form up, so you can't necessarily blame them per se. But Union campaign is going to get a 2-0 tonight. Yep. So at this point, CSA can't respawn.
They're charging us.
Go hit him. Spread out. Shoot him up.
Fucking go home, Billy. 2 weeks. Get stabbed. Get stabbed, Billy. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Oh my God, you're dead too, Billy. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. Get up here quick.
So, ooh, we got some more charging here.
Fortunate for you.
Bro missed completely. Owie. I had that coming.
Body block for you, Vadim. You got it.
Here they come. They're behind us, behind us, behind us.
Go, kill him, kill him.
the few Union guys left. So, yeah. I mean, with that all being said, again, Union had a phenomenal start. They were closest to the initial point. They won it, and they held it for a long period of time. CSA plan really made no sense to start the round. A good portion of the team was just not even involved in the fighting. They were just hunkering down over here for, I don't know why, but they did that. Union held the point, had a huge ticket lead, and then CSA slowly started to work it back a little bit. You know, they got a 2-1 lead eventually, but then CSA had to make a decision. They committed to trying to take that third point, and in the end, Union was able to get a decap, and they will probably knock them down on kills anyway to last stand. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you were in this event and you live streamed or recorded and uploaded your perspective, send me a link over Discord to put it in the comment section of this video, and I will gladly put it in the pinned comment on this video. War of Rights is 50% off. Not a better time to play the game. But besides all that, if you enjoyed, if you want to support the channel more as well, go beneath the video, hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream without ads of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Anyways, I appreciate y'all. Could not do this without you, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.